Good morning, dear students. Today we will start class 7th history, chapter number 7. Chapter number 5 and chapter number 6 have been removed from your syllabus. So today we will start chapter number 7. Before starting the chapter, we have to check how much do you know about the chapter. So some questions are here, 3 questions are here that will check your understanding skill about the chapter. The first question is, what do you understand by the term itinerant groups? Second question is, what do you mean by the term herder? And third is, what is tribe? The first question answer is itinerant groups such as craft persons, peddlers and entertainers travel from place to place practicing their different occupation. Means that the people who roam one place to another place for practicing their occupation, these people are known as itinerant groups. Second question is, what do you mean by the term herder? Herder are the people who go one place to another place with their herd, with their animals, with their flocks in search of pasture land. Understand? In search of pasture land, in search of meadows for their cattle. Understand? The third question is, what is tribe? This question will be discussed in your chapter, in the starting of the chapter. So be careful and enjoy your class. Dear students, we will start chapter number 7 because chapter number 5 and chapter number 6 have been removed from your syllabus. So come on the subtopics which we will discuss in the class. The first subtopic is beyond big cities, tribal societies. Second subtopic is who were tribal people. We will start the chapter with the first subtopic, beyond big cities, tribal societies. Student, you saw in chapters 2, 3 and 4 how kingdoms rose and fell. Even as this was happening, new arts, crafts and production activities flourished, developed in towns and villages. Understand? Over the centuries, important political, social and economic developments had taken place. But social change was not the same everywhere because different kinds of societies developed, evolved differently. It is important to understand how and why this happened. Which type of society had been developed in earlier time, where economic progress, religious progress, everything was in progress, but how new societies developed, we will know it here. In large part of subcontinent, society was already divided according to the rules of Varna. You have listened the term Varna. Varna means Varna. According to it, societies were divided into 4 groups: Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaisya and Sudras, in 4 groups, in 4 Varnas according to their work. According to the rules of Varnas, these rules as prescribed by the Brahmanas were accepted by the rulers of large kingdoms. The difference between the high and low and between the rich and poor increased during that time. Under the Delhi Sultans and the Mughals, this hierarchy between social classes grew further. There was a social difference between high and low. Understand? Society was divided on the basis of Varna. High people and low people were also on that category, divided on the basis of high and low category. So come on it to know more about the subtopic. There were, however, other kinds of societies as well. Many societies in the subcontinent did not follow the social rules and rituals prescribed by the Brahmanas, and nor they divided the numerous unequal classes. Such societies are often called tribes. The first question is, what do you mean by the term tribes? So we can say that the tribes were the people, they were not divided into numerous unequal classes, and such societies are often called tribes. Understand? They didn't believe in burn based societies. Students, you know that members of tribe were united by kinship bonds. Kinship means in family bond, family relationship. Many tribes obtained their livelihoods from agriculture. These tribes obtained their livelihoods from agriculture. Others were also hunter-gatherers or herders. Most often, they combined this activity to make full use of the natural resources of the area in which they lived. In which area they were living, they were using the natural resources without any discrimination, without any difference. Understand? And they controlled the land, tribal group controlled the land and pastures, meadows, grassland jointly, and divided these amongst household according to its own rules. So we understand that the division were only on the basis of pasture land, on the basis of households. Understand? And lands. Many large tribes thrived in different parts of the subcontinent, and they usually lived in forest. And where they were living, tribes were living especially in forest, hills, desert and places difficult to reach. On that places tribes were living. Understand? Sometimes they clashed with the more powerful caste-based societies. In various ways, the tribes retained their freedom and preserved their separate culture. They had separate culture. Sometimes they clashed. They fought against the caste-based societies. Understand? But the caste-based and tribal societies also depended on each other for their diverse needs. Because we know that we are the human being and we need everyone in the life. In our life, we need everyone. So we must not ignore anybody, because somewhere or some place we need to all. So tribal societies also depended on each other for their diverse need. The tribal societies and caste-based societies because of their needs. Understand? And this relationship of conflict and dependence gradually caused both societies to change. Understand? Afterward, we are coming the second subtopic, that is, who were tribal people. Very scanty details we can get about tribal people. We can get only oral traditions about these. Contemporary historians and travelers give very scanty information about tribes. Tribal people did not keep written records, but they preserved rich customs and oral tradition. The tradition were what? Rich. They had rich tradition and oral tradition. Rich customs and oral traditions. Present day, these were passed down to each new generation, and these were passed down to each new generation. Just like you have heard about Vedas. Vedas were recited by sages. Afterward, their disciple will recite to other in the same process. So here, the tribal society, they have not their written records about the society. So rich customs and oral traditions, they helped a lot to know about them. These were passed down to each generation, generation by generation. Present day historians have started using such oral tradition to write tribal histories. And today historians used these records to write about the history of tribes. These oral tradition and about on the basis of rich customs. Understand? Tribal people were found in almost every region of the subcontinent. The area and influence of a tribe varied at different points of a time. Understand? Some powerful tribes controlled large territories, large areas. We are going to discuss about some tribes. In Punjab, Khokhar tribe were very influential during the 13th and 14th century. Afterward, later, the Gakhars became more important. Their chief Kamal Khan Gakhar was made a noble Mansabdar by Emperor Akbar in Multan and Sindh. So Gakhar also, they were known as tribes, important tribes, and their chief Kamal Khan Gakhar was made a noble, who was noble Mansabdar, who was made noble Mansabdar by Emperor Akbar. Understand? In Multan and Sindh. The Langhas and Arguns, they were also tribes. Dominated, they had control over large areas, regions before they were subdued, defeated by the Mughals. Understand? The Balochis were another large and powerful tribe. So afterward, we will know about more in the next video. So I hope that you have understood all this clearly. Thanks for watching the video.